A young couple in their 20s inherited a sum of 50,000 US dollars, and now they are saying they don't know where that money went. I want us to understand the psychology underneath this behavior. It wasn't stupidity, it wasn't carelessness. It's more about how the brain experiences money. Let's talk about this. So, this young couple, the wife precisely, inherited a sum of $50,000 from a kind-hearted relative, and now she and her husband are saying they don't know where the money went. I know it wasn't $1 million or life-changing wealth, but guys, it was enough money to finally breathe. As my president would say, let the poor breathe. I think we can all agree that $50,000 is enough to pay off debts. Enough money to fix things that had been broken for years. Enough money to get ahead for the first time. She and her husband didn't gamble this money. They weren't scammed. They didn't have an addiction. So, now we ask, where did the money go? So, according to this couple, they made a list. They paid off their credit card payments, mortgage payments. They did exactly like every financial advisor would tell you to do. And after they made the plan, they decided what to save. They decided what to invest. In fact, they did everything right at first. Then the money arrived, and somehow it disappeared. She said, and I quote, "I honestly don't remember what the hell we bought. No memory where it went." Now, that one sentence she made is one of the most honest things I've read about money. We immediately think, how could they be that reckless? But this video isn't about the couple fumbling the bag, but it's about the gap between who we believe we are with money and who we actually are when the money arrives. And we need to understand why something like this happens to so many people. I've been there too. Most of us have a financial self-image. I'm not reckless. I'm not impulsive. If I had real money, I'll know what to do with it. And we believe that story completely. And why? Because we never had to test it. This couple actually tested it, and what they found was that they never actually built the muscle. They had the plan, they had the intention, they had the conversation. But what they didn't have, like most of us, was the infrastructure to follow through when the money was sitting in their actual account. And real life was happening around them. And that, my good people, is a life skill gap. Here is what I think actually happened to them, and why I think it actually happens to a lot of people. There is a concept in behavioral psychology called present bias. It means human beings are wired to overvalue what is in front of us right now and undervalue what matters to us in the future, even when the future us is someone who we deeply care about. When you are broke, your financial discipline feels clean because there's nothing to discipline. Restraint is easy when there is no temptation. But the moment real money lands, your nervous system doesn't see a savings goal. It sees relief. It sees permission. It sees proof that things are finally okay. And finally okay doesn't save. It exhales. That exhale, that unconscious unwinding, that's where the money goes. And not to one big reckless decision. To 100 small ones that each felt completely reasonable in the moment. A nicer restaurant because we are stressed, that thing we've been putting off for years. A small treat because we deserve it. Now, go ahead and multiply that by 3 months and you have $20,000 you cannot account for. Now, You can see clearly how the money evaporated. This, my good people, is what happens when financial stress lifts before financial knowledge or financial identity catches up. When we gain respite from financial burden without financial discipline, that's where the trouble starts. And before you know, there is no more money sitting in the account. Now, the account balance looks different. Most people learn from this. I've learned, and many people never learn. Please understand this. Knowledge and behavior, they are not the same thing. The problem was never information. The problem was execution. Okay, let's view it this way. We know we should exercise, right? Yet, how many people do? We know we should sleep more. We know we should save. We know we should spend more time with our loved ones. We know. The problem is the behavior, and behavior is deeply emotional. That's why self-awareness is more valuable than information. She said something. She said it opened her eyes to how little we held ourselves accountable to ourselves and to others. In this channel, we are here just to pay attention to these behaviors. These behaviors grow when you do not give them attention. Because what we don't pay attention to, it grows. Tiny decisions become major outcomes. Adulthood is realizing life is shaped by things that seemed insignificant at that time. You know, we humans consistently overestimate how we would behave in a situation we have never experienced. That's why we believe it can never be us. This can never happen to us. But understanding this behavior, paying attention to it, that's what we're here for. So we avoid making these mistakes, or when these mistakes happen, we understand what we felt at that time. We understand the underlying cause. We get to understand the underlying causes of why we act the way we do. No one is holier than thou here. I'm just glad that this couple, they looked at what happened, they accepted responsibility, they learned, and then they moved on. According to the wife, no one knows about this. Putting it out there online was her first time of ever giving voice to this experience that she had. And now, she and her husband have moved forward. It sounds simple, but it's actually one of the most hardest things a person can do. Moving forward. This wife wasn't asking for advice. She wasn't asking for pity. She just wanted to say it out loud. So people, leave your comment in the comment section and let's discuss. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Till I come your way again next time.